guys, I'm so excited for today's video because this is my first ever wedding video that I've done. I've been engaged for a year and I have another year to go, so I'm just now at the point where I'm like able to start like actually like doing stuff, because before I was just way too far out. I did get my venue. What else? I got my photographer. I said yes to my dress this last weekend. We did our guest list. Invites are coming soon. I got my bridesmaids and asked them. That was really fun. But yeah, this was like probably my most favorite part, trying on the dresses. And when I was getting ready to go to my appointments, I was researching so much, like what do I bring? What do I expect? What do I wear? Like all these things, and I just didn't really find anything. I found some stuff on Google after, you know, digging, but there was nothing on YouTube, so I definitely wanted to add that to this space, and I hope that this helps any future brides out there. Okay, so starting with the basics, definitely figure out a rough idea of your budget so you know where to start looking. For example, if your budget is $1,000 and under, you're going to be looking at David's Bridal or second hand if you're okay with that, and you're not booking, you know, places that you know you can't afford. So know what your budget is before anything, so you can start researching shops. Once you have booked your shop, I would do 1 or 2 appointments. I did 4, but that's me. Do 1 or 2 and then figure out who's coming with you. Most places are anywhere from like 2-3 people to some are unlimited. You can also upgrade and like get the place to yourself so it's more intimate. There's lots of options and different policies, so just check. So if you have 10 people, they might not allow that. So before you have any hurt feelings, just make sure you check ahead of time. I send evites so I know exactly like who RSVP'd and things like that. But yeah, have a plan where you're going. Give yourself enough time. It takes about an hour to let the people know coming. It's gonna be an hour or 2. Plan brunch after because you're gonna be starving. And make sure you've got your appointments booked because they are so busy right now. So your weddings, they're up 30%. Everywhere is so freaking busy, so book those appointments early. Alterations are taking 9 to 10 months. So you've got your girls, you've got your appointments, you're ready to go. But what the heck do you bring? I would definitely recommend wearing something that signifies you as the bride. Whether that is something like this that says feyonce from Etsy. I have a white crew neck that says bride on it. I wore that's David's Bridal. I wore like a really nice white blouse to another boutique, just something. So people, you know, passing by that are assisting and helping, if it's busy, that way they can remember who the bride is. Second thing is a physical mood board. Now, before you come for me saying that I'm so extra, you're right. But I did not want to do a Pinterest. I have a Pinterest board, don't get me wrong, but I didn't want to be going through my phone and trying to find it and things like that. So I knew right away I wanted a physical mood board, and there's multiple reasons why. Really the biggest one is when I was trying on, I wanted everyone to be able to look at my dress and then look at the board and see if they fit. I also wanted my assistants to be able to look at the board and help me with the right picks. I wanted everything to be consistent as far as like theme. It was so important to me to have it out on constant display and not just glance at a Pinterest board one time when I first check in and then never see it again. I also wanted it in case my fiance ever went to an appointment without me, he could show them, like if they're like, so what are your colors or what are you going for? I don't want him to be like, I'd rather him just to be like, here you go, and like, please help me. Because I just don't know. So as far as the actual board, this is just poster board that I cut in half, and then I took a bunch of pictures and just taped them all together. This is my actual mood board, so it's just like very green and like whimsical, things like that, but you can do whatever you want. And if you're wondering, no, nobody was offended or annoyed or talked crap about me, at least not to my face. They said that this was like the best idea ever and they wish everybody would do it. So here's your sign to bring a physical mood board to your appointment. Highly recommend. So moving on to the fun part. This is a bag that I picked up from Francesca's. It says bride on it. Super fun, super big. Does not have to be this. Any bag, you're definitely gonna need a tote bag. So whether it's a grocery one or it's this one from Francesca's, I'm sure there's some on Amazon or Etsy, whatever you want, you're gonna need a bag if you wanna be prepared. I'm just gonna roll through these quickly. So the first thing that I would recommend is a veil. Now, when you try out a dress and you really like it, they will put a veil on you, but I got a veil in case they didn't have one available, or for when I go to like hair appointments and I wanna see options with a veil. I don't think they're gonna have a veil, so I did just get a cheap little veil off of Amazon, you know, just to pop it on. The most important thing that I could say is bring shoes that are going to mimic what you're wearing on your wedding day, or better yet, just get your wedding shoes out of the way. So the reason I say just get the actual wedding shoes, because if you, for example, bring just like 3-inch heels. So for example, these, yes, they could be wedding shoes, but like I wear shoes like these all the time to work. So I could have brought them, and then if they fit hemming wise, then I would have just bought bridal shoes that was in this heel size. But to me, I didn't want to mess with that, getting the exact same heel height, and I wanted to just have my shoes. Plus I wanted to make sure again that it all tied together. My shoes matched my dress matched, you know, everything else. So I did grab my heels before my appointment, and I honestly do recommend that, because again, you want to make sure that you've got the hemming right, you've got the look right. Does it all work together? So my actual bridal shoes I did bring, and they're amazing. They're from DSW. They're from Betsy Johnson. They have little pearls on top. They have like a mesh toe, and then they have teal bottoms. As far as undergarments, everywhere online said, oh, wear a thong or like a strapless bra. You're not going to be wearing a bra. I'm a very shy person, and I strongly did not want to be naked, but I was naked. That's just the way that it is. Because a strapless bra, when you're wearing like backless dresses and stuff like that, like I guess you could wear nipple covers, but even then in some dresses I think you would see the nipple covers. You're just gonna be naked. That's just the way it is. Your bridal consultant is not gonna, you know, think weird of you. You're gonna not have a bra on, and then you'll have some sort of underwear. Did not feel comfortable wearing just a thong in there, because they stand behind you and zip you up a lot, so I didn't want my whole ass out. So I opted for like these like long tummy control boy shorts. These worked perfect. I will say if you're trying on like very fitted dresses, you will see the panty lines of this. So I did bring a thong as well to be able to have the option. If I'm wearing something fitted, I would change into the seamless nude thong. If I was wearing just like a flowy dress or something that it didn't matter too much, I would throw on these boy shorts. I never wore a strapless bra, to be honest with you. I don't know why they tell you to bring this, because you're never going to be wearing a bra, like, but I brought one just in case. So there's my strapless bra that I brought. Wet wipes in case I needed to, I don't know, I guess sanitize anything. Straps for the strapless bra, just in case I wanted to throw a strap on there. Snacks, this is important because I do recommend eating before a light meal, but I think a lot of people try and skip. So if you do try and skip, bring something in case you get hangry, because it's not a short appointment and you don't want to be hangry in between. Even worse, you don't want to be lightheaded and things like that. So do bring yourself some snacks, or for your guests. Face masks. So face mask is required, I'm sure, probably at some shops. It personally wasn't on any of mine, but if they were to prefer me to wear a face mask, I did get one to have just in case. This one says Future Miss. As far as beauty, I did have a little makeup bag that I brought. I would highly recommend bringing a fan. If you're like me, you're hot-natured, you get like sweaty, or like you just get flustered trying on all this stuff. So there was a couple times that I just like, you know, fan myself off like in between. I did bring a lipstick because it's, you know, if you find the one you want, like a fresh lip, and you want to like change up a couple things. So I did bring one. This was Huda Beauty liquid lipstick in the color Wifey. I just thought it was really fitting, so I brought that one. I brought a pair of earrings. They do have accessories there, so again, just like the veil, if you really like something, they will put you in a veil, give you accessories, and give you a bouquet of flowers if it's a nicer place anyway. I wanted to have a pair just in case. These are just some Kendra Scott style earrings that I brought, and these looked honestly really pretty with everything I wore. And these are just from Amazon, I think. So just bring some sort of like dangly earring that you think will be kind of close to what you're gonna wear. And I would also bring a hair tie, even if you don't know how your hair is going to be. Some dresses were just so much stress or so like busy that I just needed my hair up to even be able to look at it. I would recommend, on that note, wearing a full face of makeup, even if you're not a makeup girl, because you just always feel better when you have makeup on, and plus you're gonna want to get the full effect. I did pretty much exactly of what I think I'm gonna do on my wedding day, so that way I could really get a good picture, and I feel like I really did. And if you're extra like me, I think about things like so far probably too far, but I really wanted to have like a bridal perfume. So before I would leave, I would spray my Delina perfume, just because it's like a very like pretty like bridal perfume. And then in my actual bag, in between changings, if I felt like I was getting like stinky, I would do a deodorant touch up. And then I did Malone Rose Blush cologne. This is very similar, it's just like lighter and more like, it's not as strong as that. So if I feel like I needed to just refresh in between appointments or dresses, do a couple of spritz of this. Yeah, it brings back memories now. But yeah, that's what I would recommend bringing. If you have any questions about any of that stuff, please let me know in the comments. But as far as like the actual experiences, it's very different. If you go somewhere like David's Bridal, I think it's good for the money. Keep in mind the experience is going to be very, very different when you go somewhere like that. So my consultant did not come in the room with me and help zip me up or button me or anything like that. And then you come out and you're like on a, you know, like fishbowl style stage where there's mirrors all around, there's people all around, there's zero privacy, and there's multiple other parties around you at the same time. So random strangers were walking by commenting on me and my dresses, and it was just very different. My mom was not happy by any means, but I thought it was fine because I was really just trying to like find, you know, an affordable dress, and I did find one there that I really loved. Can't say that I enjoyed my experience, but as far as like the dresses, they definitely have a bang for their buck there. As far as like boutique style places, I did go to 3. The first one was called Evermore. She was really nice, really beautiful dresses. Then I went to Vow'd, which is a like sister store of Altered State, which they were so nice. That was actually like the grand opening weekend. The girls there were so knowledgeable, so nice. The vibe in the store was immaculate, and they kind of have a more like range of prices. And then after Vow'd, I went to David's Bridal. Thought I found it, but I had one more appointment that I really didn't want to go to, but I felt like I kind of had to, called Miss Ruby, which I know my friend Madeline went there for her dress as well, and that's honestly kind of why that I wanted to go there. Because she just loved her experience. So Madeline, if you're watching this, that's why you maybe want to go to Miss Ruby, girl. But anyway, so I went to Miss Ruby, and immediately they were just so nice there. I loved my consultants. The experience was just so nice. The store was so beautiful. I just had a great time. A funny story, I knew exactly what I wanted for my dress and what I did not. The dress that I got was exactly what I did not. Consultant still suggested one that I didn't want. Like, she was like, oh, do you like this one? And I was like, no. And then she, nicer of course, but I was like, no. And then she hung it up, and I never thought about it again. And then when I was trying on, I saw the back of the dress, and I was like, ooh, I really like that. And she was like, well, that's the one that you just said no to. And I was like, oh, well, nah, I'll try it on then. And that was the dress. And they're just so nice there. So I definitely, if you're like in the Milwaukee, Wisconsin area, go to Miss Ruby. I'm actually walking in their fashion show next week, so I'm super excited to like be in dresses again. But anyway, besides the point, try places that are out of your comfort zone, and try dresses that are out of your comfort zone. Obviously, I have a mood board. I had a very clear vision, but I still wasn't right. So have an idea, know what you like, but still be open-minded, because I was the perfect example of thinking that I knew and I did not know. So be open-minded, you know, take people's opinions with a grain of salt. You know, people didn't like my dress right away, and then they were like, oh my god, I love it. As long as you like it, you feel good, it makes you feel good, that's all that matters. If you're worried about, oh, am I gonna cry, or am I not gonna cry, is my mom gonna cry? I didn't cry until I found it, until I finally said yes. I randomly cried. So I'm an emotional person, but don't feel bad if you don't cry, or if it's not what you pictured. Everyone's different. I personally, again, I cried, I had champagne. It was exactly what I pictured in my brain when I was saying yes to the dress, but I didn't think it was gonna go that way because I was just stone cold at everywhere else. So maybe something in the air at Miss Ruby just got to me. Yeah, that was my experience bridal shopping. I'm sad that it's over. It was so fun. If I had any extra time, I would definitely be a bridal consultant. That is what I would bring to your bridal try-on appointments. I really hope that this video helped you and hopefully gave you some good suggestions. Let me know any questions or comments. Bye. Look at that beautiful girl. Wow.